Hi, I'm Calvin Parnon, and this is another video in my basic trap series. Today we're going to be looking at a simple but important trap that occurs in the Ruy Lopez. Here are the first few moves. The idea here is that black is counterattacking white's e4 square. White has a lot of good options here. He can defend his pawn by d3 or knight to c3, or he can simply castle and ignore the threat. The point is that if the knight takes the pawn, white can play d4 and he's attacking e5, and also if the pawn takes here, the rook gains a lot of pressure on the open file. However, today we're going to be looking at what happens if white chooses to defend his pawn. This is a fine move. He opens up the diagonal for his bishop, and he's still ready to castle. White has no problems with his development at the moment. Black also has a lot of good options here. He can play bishop e7, preparing to castle. He can play d6, opening up this bishop. But he also has another option. He can play knight to e7. This is not a very good move. It prepares to play d5, but the knight is this is not a good square for the knight. It blocks the bishop's diagonal, and castling will take some time for black. It does, however, have one positive aspect. This pawn appears to be hanging. However, if white takes it, black has a trap. Black can then play c6, and if the bishop moves, queen to a5 check wins the knight. However, white could see that the d6 square is unprotected and go for a cheap shot by knight to c4. The idea is that if black is greedy and takes the bishop, it's checkmate on the spot. However, black will probably notice this and defend the square by something like knight to g6. White's bishop is still attacked, and after he moves it back, b5 still wins a piece. So going back to the original position, if white simply ignores the threat that he has against e5 and castles, he has a very strong position, and this knight on e7 is a hindrance. Thanks for watching.